Hey everyone, Hafa Day. Welcome back to my channel. So if you saw my recent post, that was actually how I did back on April 8th for the first day of that week. And this one here is just a continuation on how we did for the rest of the week with the biggest topic on Instacart. So if you're a new Instacart shopper or if you're looking to do Instacart, I do hope that you will continue watching this video so you can hear what I have to share about it or talk about it. So buckle up and let's get started.
Good morning. Happy Friday. We're here on our first offer at Costco. We accepted it on Instacart. 11 items, 10 miles for $32. Yeah, I know, 10 miles, but hey, it's not bad for the items. So let's get in there and get to shopping. Okay, so I just completed a 2-customer order on Instacart, and with that latest update where right before you make the drop-off, you're having to verify an item. I've done a single customer, and today was my first 2-customer. And with that new update, for the first one, it does have you scan a single item, any item. And then when you're ready to drop off the second one, it's just like if you were doing the first one. You're basically just doing a visual check. So it's not too bad, especially if it's only just having you scan one item. Good morning, Hafa Day. It is Sunday. It is cloudy. I just hope that it's not gonna rain. But just started the shift, accepting my first offer literally as I pulled out of the driveway on Instacart. It's at Costco. It's for 2 customers. One customer has 1 item while the other one has 16. Normally, I try not to do too many items here at Costco, especially because they, have the tendency to be bulky items. But looking at the list, it's a majority. There's a lot of produce, so that's not too bad. But let's get in there and let's get to shopping. Alrighty. Can you tell where we're at? Yeah, we are here at Wally World. 5 items, 1.4 miles. And it's for $15. So let's get in here and see how quickly I can get this one done. 5 items, 5 minutes later. Let's see if we are going to be selected for a random cart check. Okay, so we just picked up a 3-customer Spark order, and this is one that we don't do often. And being, I'm a little tongue-tied here, don't know what I'm going to say. I've been reading and hearing about different Spark drivers having issues with some locations being real sticklers about where they place each order, and that they have to have one in the trunk, one in the back seat, and one in the front seat. So I was curious because not that this was each customer was exceptionally large, but they were 20 plus items each. I was wondering if they were going to say something that we can't, load one of the customers because you've got a rider with you. But as you can see, you've got one customer there, another customer there, and they didn't say anything. He helped load, and they loaded one behind me, and then they loaded one on the other side. So I'm just curious, if you're following my channel, if you're watching this video, have you come across that issue with your Walmart saying that you can't have someone with you, whether it be an adult in the front seat or a child that's old enough to be left alone in the car, that they have to separate trunk, back seat, front seat? Let me know. Drop a comment.
So the topic of the hour is Instacart. And one of the things that I first wanted to talk about is the miles. How often do we really look at the miles upon the first offer? Um, Once we accept it, we do the shopping, and then we're getting ready to do the delivery. How many times have you noticed that the miles aren't what the initial offer had shown? Especially if you get the opportunity to do a screenshot like this. And the next, when you hit navigate, and then you notice that the miles are shorter or higher, and especially on the ones that are higher, because as we know, that is one of the things that helps come up with the base pay, is how many miles we are driving from the pickup to the drop off. And it was only recently that this came to my attention when I've seen some posts, not necessarily videos, but because I am part of a couple of groups on Facebook, and I've seen some people bringing up how they noticed that when they initially accepted an offer, it said X amount of miles, and it's going to take X amount of time to be able to drive those miles. But then upon finishing the shopping and then they hit navigate, they notice something that was supposed to have taken 10 minutes is now 15, 20 minutes. So initially, as soon as I saw that, and my first Instacart offer that I got after becoming aware about, possible situations like that, the very first offer that I accepted, it said 13 miles. And I believe I have the screenshot of that. And, but when I was done with the shopping, and as soon as I hit navigate, I was like, wait. And I had already left the store about the time that I noticed that the miles was just slightly higher than what, was stated upon the initial offer. So I thought that was very interesting. And yes, sometimes when you hit navigate, at that point, maybe it might have a different route that the Instacart initially or anticipated that the driver would take. So I don't know. If you are an Instacart shopper, and especially if you've been doing this for a while, what do you think? How often do we really pay attention, especially for those that even take a screenshot? So that way, that's something that we can look back on to say, wait a minute, I thought this thing was only supposed to be 7 miles. Why is it saying 9? Why is it saying 10? There have been a few cases when after that happened that I did look back at previous orders weeks ago, even a couple of months ago, that I came across, and most of them exactly as the initial offer had stated. Sometimes the miles would be slightly lower. And there were maybe once or twice that the miles were just slightly higher, than stated upon the initial offer. So I'm curious but I do notice that the base pay doesn't change at all, whether the miles were lower or higher. So it's very interesting how that works. Like I said, I've only seen posts. I haven't really seen anybody post any videos about this. So again, if you are an Instacart shopper, let me know what you think. Has this happened to you? And if it hasn't, then I would suggest that, if you get the opportunity, because those really good ones, you don't have time to take a screenshot, but take a mental note of, what the miles were. And so that way, when you're getting ready to hit navigation, you can do a quick comparison. Okay, it's not too bad. Half a mile, something like that. But if it's a bigger difference, that's just pretty interesting. That's just something that I had to bring up and make sure that, as a personal shopper for Instacart, that we are aware of this. And, if it is starting to happen more often, then it's an issue that needs to be brought up. But the other interesting thing that I came across with Instacart, again, if you're a shopper, if you didn't know this, Instacart has taken on another relationship with another store, and it's Kohl's. So, since I started doing Instacart, the only places really that, 9 times out of 10, it's a grocery store. HEB, Target, natural grocers, things like that. But Kohl's, now you get to do some shopping at Kohl's. So that would be interesting. I have yet to get any offers for Kohl's. If you have, I'd love it if you, share your experience with me on how that works, because it is a department store. And although I do also shop for Spark, that's typically, 8 times out of 10, you're dealing with groceries and not non-food items, like a TV or anything like that, or clothes even. And so Kohl's, being that, again, it's a department store. So you are pretty much shopping for clothes, shoes, or any, electronic devices. So, I believe, I don't know if that is, I believe it's Best Buy is also on there. And I've gotten a couple of offers on Best Buy, but the items were always very small electronic devices. Sometimes there was even just a charger to pick up from the store. So I just thought that was something interesting to share with Instacart. And that's why I wanted to bring that up as one of the, the main focuses on Instacart. But again, remain buckled. We are still not done. Let's see how we did for the rest of the week. Hold up. Wait a minute. If you haven't already done so, make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit that little so that way you know when I go live or post any videos. Okay, let's get back to the ride along.
Uh-oh. What's going on? In here trying to shop, and the alarm started going off. There we go. The joys of waiting to be helped with items that are in locked cases. I need that item down there, and I've got to wait on an associate, and there's only one in this area. So, yeah. Okay, so if you're ever having to get something in electronics that is in a locked case, if they follow the rules, they have to walk it up to the front with you. So if you're not done, you're going to have to go finish your shopping, which is what I had to do, and then go back over there so they can walk up with you to the front. So otherwise, if they're too busy, then you might get lucky and they give you a lock case. All right, let's get checked out. All right, come to the end of another long week. This Sunday night, I left about 10:30, and it's now 9:30 at night. But of course there was breaks in there. So even though that was 11 hours from start to finish, really we only worked for today about 7 hours, maybe 7.25. So the question of the day is, did we make our $200? I'm happy to say we actually made $300. So that was pretty good for a Sunday. I tell you, because on Friday, we thought with this being payday weekend, that the weekend, we'd be working our butts off, but making that money. Friday, we did not. We only did just over $100 on Friday. Saturday, we did make just over $200. So that was pretty good. So this week really has been a mix. Starting on Wednesday, pretty much worked here in our home zone. And then the rest of and then today's also. I did start the day here in our home zone before traveling to a different area where we know we can make money on Spark. But it was a mixture of everything. Instacart, Spark, DoorDash, Grubhub, Favor. So that's been pretty good. It really is a tough job, when it comes to so it's definitely, I had to open the doors. It's warm here in the car, but it's been a long week. I'd say we averaged anywhere from 5 to 8 hours in a running shift, and it really does help. As I mentioned, I was multi-apping because although depending on where you are, there are some lucky people out there who are getting all these unicorns, whether it be Spark or Instacart. I've yet to hit $100 or more Instacart offer, so I'm waiting to get my unicorn in that app. And the highest I've gotten on Spark is over $40, and it was a curbside. But it really does pay to multi-app. And as I was saying, some people are lucky to where, depending on where they are, they can concentrate on just one app, whether it be Spark, whether it be, Instacart, and you can make some pretty good money. You're going to have to work your butt off because Instacart, that's a shopping app. You're a personal shopper when it comes to that. So you're doing a lot of shopping from one item to, 70 items or more, depending on the pay. And then with Spark, you can still be a personal shopper there, but you're also dealing with curbside. So sometimes you get to just wait in your car for the items to be loaded. But either way, you're still working your butt off. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching my channel. I do hope that you'll keep coming back to see what I have to offer. And if you haven't already done so, hit that like button, hit the subscribe, and then don't forget to hit that bell so that way you know when I upload videos as well as when I go live. But stay safe out there, guys. Let's make our money, but let's make sure we get home in one piece. Until next time, adios for now.